Yeah, you gotta remember that. All right. Slowly but surely it's going up. Hmm. Honestly, that's not even bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. $800 loss. That's not bad. That is not bad whatsoever. Like on the short side, like if I have a 36, I mean, even losing $1,000 on a trade to make double that, that's not even a lot. Yeah, $1,000. That's not bad. Okay, it's like a $1,200 loss. Hmm. Not bad. I guess compared to the numbers that I normally see, that's not bad in comparison to being down like 2,000, 3,000. That's not bad in comparison. Oh man. Okay. Are so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Hmm. Yeah, honestly, what I look for in a range is a follow through. Hmm. And I get high with my baby. Mm, okay. All right. That's just the strategy I'll use. That's the strategy I'll use. I'll use that strategy. I'll just use it. And then I'll manage it like that. But I would prefer for it to manage itself. But then that's why you really don't know though. You know? I don't know. That shit been bouncing off. I mean, if this is the uh, oh shit. All right. Just gotta create a policy on that. I didn't even notice that. Mm. I think it's the break. I think yeah, it's the break below. I'll let it play out. I'll let it play out. I'll let it play out. Mm. Gold is definitely directional, but it just formed a double top at these highs. I wonder if that's going to mean something. Gold just formed a double top. This is probably the first double top that we've seen all session. The first double top that we've seen all session. So we'll see. Mm. It's the first double top that we've seen all session. I wonder if that's going to mean something. Mm. Mm. That's interesting. I'm gonna pay attention to that. I mean, the crazy thing is that I've been freaking shorting this market all freaking night. Mm. Yeah, it's not really about. Mm. Mm. That's interesting. That's interesting. So Trump to the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal stated that the U.S. was aware of Israel's plan to attack Iran, as we talked about last night. Hold on a second. Come on. All right, so let's see. Let's see if the Bulls will hold this trend line or if the Bears is going to break it. We'll see. We'll see if we'll hold here. See if we hold here. You know, the most frustrating thing about watching the market short is that all last night I was looking for this very short. This is what I was looking for all night. And the market just would not give it to me. All the bullish aggression, all my shorts was just met with bullish aggression. And it was looking like this. Now that I said fine, I'll start trading with the trend. Now it seems like now the bears want to step up. Now the bears want to step up and be quote unquote aggressive, because you could even short that trend line. And now we finally seen that the bears finally get a break of that trend line now. So we're finally starting to see bulls take their profits and bears showing a little bit of aggression at that trend line. All right, so hey, what's up? I mean, shit, I'm going long. The market was super bullish 2 seconds ago, man. It was bullish 2 seconds ago. I figured that, I buy the pullback. But I said I'll skip the short this time since I can't find a short. And apparently can't find a long either. Okay, well, nice. Nice. Apparently so. Apparently so. I mean, I saw the double top. I just didn't think, well, that was the first double top that we've seen all night, but the mental mind games that the market plays. Now the Bears want to step up. Now they want to step up. Now they're stepping up. After all night. Hmm. Yeah, that would have been too big of a gap right there. Oh, well, yeah, it's only 3 points, I guess. Only 3 points. Now we got a lower low. The market is definitely now in a bearish channel for sure. It's definitely now in a bearish channel. I guess in hindsight, what if my first clue should have been is that we did get a break of this trend line. I guess that should have been my first clue. Man, if this thing pops back up, dude, I got through news in 3 minutes. Hmm. All right, so it looks like the data came in better than expected. The University of Michigan 5-year inflation prelim was actually 4.1%, and it came in line with the market's expectation. The 1-year inflation actually came under expectation, so they forecasted a 6.4%. It came out to 5.1. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Investor Z? And yeah, I think that's a good call, Alfred. Locking your XFA, being up, not getting too greedy. I guess if I just keep doing it this way, I mean, eventually it'll work, right? Eventually it'll work. I guess. Yeah, well, I'm trying to set it. Don't have anything too distracting on the screen. Hmm. 453. Okay. That's two losses right there. Mm, mm. All right. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. All right. I guess I just have to I guess I just have to mm, mm, mm. Well, mm. Let me just do the math on this because I'm trying to. Looks like the Golden Girls are still chopping it up, and even in the New York session. Looks like all the good price action happened overnight during Asia and London. We're just getting the golden girl price action now. Yeah, I'm still kicking myself in the butt for, and it looks like I'm not even going to get. Yeah. It looks like I'm not going to be able to get it this. Anyway. I got to stop overthinking this crap. I mean, if maybe, because I mean, well, man, maybe not. I think, you know what, man, I think there's a, it's highly unlikely that they'll stop at the trend line. If anything, they'll probably break above the trend line and probably reject that. Probably reject at this, at that range right there. Oh. I'll probably push. Yeah, I'll probably push through that range or that trend line. I actually, I do want to bring this up. I know I've been talking about chart geometry for the past couple of streams. And if you don't believe that this market is algorithmic, I'm about to blow your mind. We all know that this same trend line that we was talking about from, I think, what, 2 sessions ago? Look how the market is still reacting on this same trend line. Still reacting off of it, breaking through it, coming back, rejecting from it, breaking above it, using it as resistance, and shooting it forward. This is still the same trend line from yesterday's session. This new trend line right here, this resistance trend line, look how the market is using that as first resistance. They broke above it, they used it as support, and then they pushed price right back higher. So trend lines are very important. I would recommend doing some back testing this weekend and seeing how a trend line can perhaps enhance your current trading strategy, because as we talked about, these trend lines literally gave you the clue of how you should be trading and what was likely to happen because it happened. So moving forward, next week, what I plan on doing is, before placing a trade, like I said, this week, I think today was probably my worst day this week. I had a actually, no, it wasn't, because I went till on Wednesday or some shit like that, and blew that account. And last night I was fighting this thing all the way up, almost lost that account too. And I got to do a lot of cleaning up over the weekend. I don't want it to get to this point, but I think I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to have to build out a trade checklist. I have to write a report after each trade. If it gets to the point, I don't want to do these things. I really don't want to. I have to write out my trade plan. I have to write a report on why I'm taking it, kind of like the professionals do. Why I'm taking this trade, write out a report for my thesis, and set my limits and let the position play out, win or lose. No adjusting stops, no adjusting targets. Just let it play out. I don't want it to get to that point. But if I keep making these impulsive decisions, blowing up weeks of work because of an impulse, because I'm bored, because I'm making up things on the chart, I'm FOMOing, I'm projecting myself into the future and seeing myself missing the trade, quote unquote, right? And there's just like no rhyme or reason for the trade. I'm just going to make it a requirement for a trade checklist and a trade report, which is going to hold myself accountable for the trades I take. One of my bad habits that I have is that I will do all this work, and this is why I always say that my mind is more like a data scientist. I feel that I enjoy the journey of discovering something using data than the application of it. The application is not what I care for. I like the discovery process. I like to test out my thesis, but I'm not necessarily interested in the application of it, the longevity of it. If I discover something, I want to discover another way, maybe a more efficient way on how to do something. And that's my bad habit. And I will literally start trading against my discoveries. And when I sit back and think about why the hell I do shit like that, well, I guess it don't make sense when said out loud and for other people to hear it, but that's not what I want. It's what I would like. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't like the idea of this, but I like the journey. I don't like the destination. I really don't. And I'm pretty sure I mean, it's not unique to me. Pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that, but the journey is more important. Or I find the journey more important than the destination. But then there is a part of me that wants to get to the destination as quick as possible as well. So there is that conflict, that contradiction. And I think that's why I will do good. I think because it's such a great contradiction, I think that's why I will go on a win streak and then blow up so I can start again. Because after I blow up, as you guys always see, I become a market fucking wizard after the blow up. After the blow up, I'm a market wizard. Oh yeah, this is going to happen. Yeah, it's going to reject here. Yo, it's going to bounce here. So I know that I know that I understand market mechanics. It's just that, as I said to Alfred in a DM not too long ago, I guess internally I'm just not ready to be successful. And what I mean by that is just no more discovery, just applying what I know. And the thought of that, the feeling that it creates, that is the roadblock. I want to stay on the playground. I don't want to go back inside and work. So that's what I have to overcome. And if I keep doing it, like I said, I will start writing a trade report and a trade checklist and make that a requirement before putting on a trade. So I'll give myself a couple more chances, and the next bad blow up is going to be mandatory. So okay. Yeah. Yeah. He says, you put notes. No. But I'll start doing it. I watched this interesting interview this morning. It's a trader. Actually, let me stop saying that and just because I just kind of watch the content, but then I don't necessarily pay attention where the content is coming from sometimes. But it was a good interview. So Joey Morgan is the content creator, Joey Morgan. I am starting to see a trend. I am starting to see a trend. But he was interviewing she's also a content creator, so I want to say her name right. Fit Mom. Yeah. So he dropped an interview with this content creator. Her name is Fit Mom. And she said some things that were very relatable. Not necessarily relatable in the sense that, oh yeah, I mean, I feel her. It's the same thing. Very disciplined outside of these charts, but then for whatever reason, we start trading and we just completely lose our minds. Like all the discipline goes out the window. Our animal instincts kick in, and those impulsive board trades start to happen. We blow up, we go on tilt. It's just a endless cycle. We say that we're not going to do it again, and then we do it again the next session. Or shit, we say that we won't do it again. We buy a new account and do the same shit again. So I feel like it's an endless battle, man. It's like an endless freaking battle with yourself. And just like Investor Z said, it's crack, man. But then she did bring up a really good analogy. Is that the slot machines are rigged in a way that will activate that part of your brain that says that, dang, I almost won. If I keep going, eventually I'll get there. And sometimes that's how the market feels. It gets close to your target, kind of like what we see every freaking day with the Nasdaq Gold or ES. Like for whatever reason, the market is moving beautifully, and then there's like a mechanism that literally stops the market right at your target, and it's chopping back and forth at your target. You don't know if it's going to hit it or not. And there's times where, okay, after it hits your target and then it continues to run. Or it'll just miss your target by a couple of ticks and then it goes and taps your break even a couple of times before moving back up. And that's definitely the reality for a lot of people. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't have done that. Shit, at this point in time, I mean, the only thing to really trade now is freaking gold. It's the only thing to trade. It seems like it's the only thing that moves at night and in the morning. Any other time, this thing doesn't move at all. So why did I have it there? So that would have been it right there. But I think it's both ways. If I would have done that, because it usually doesn't do that. It usually doesn't go past that point right there. It usually doesn't go past it. Mm. Usually does not go past that. Yeah, I don't play those stupid games. Mm. No wonder. I mean, honestly, I wonder where the disconnect is. Honestly, why would I even want that? Why would I even think that? Nah, probably. Mm. All right, let's see. Let's see what happened to her. If we're going to use a trend line, hey, yo, what's up, Santiago? Honestly, mm, hmm, mm, mm. The futures trading desk, huh? I understand it now. I mean, it worked. It just didn't. It didn't go as far as I thought it would. It worked. It didn't go as far as I thought it would. 56-1. Man, that shit just. Man. And then it came back and stopped me out. Well, I mean, I guess the one thing that I have to watch out for. The one thing I just have to start accepting on gold is that waiting for that pullback. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but you just have to wait for that pullback. Because if you caught, so that move from last night, that move from last night, man, I would have been done. Yeah, just have to stop fighting that trend and just fighting it. Mm. Oof. I mean, even though shit, that was an under freaking statement. That was an understatement, man. Right. Mm, mm. Maybe I could start doing that. Weekly recaps. Weekly recap. Do something for on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm, mm. I mean, am I doing everything that I could? Obviously not. Mm. All right, so let's see. Let's see. So the reason why I'm taking this trade right here, uh, I see the break of structure, but I'm trading the retest. We got this bearish move down, but of course, we'll see what happens here. Hmm. Yeah, that usually doesn't work. So I think what I should do is probably like one. That's probably what I should do. I don't need it right there. So I think this needs to be. So I don't need it. So that's like be 100. So I think that's like 200. Mm, shit. I don't know. Mm, Okay. We'll see. We will see. So what did you do differently between the one that's at max loss? And I do like I also like the base hits as well. That's why I like the my funded future starter account and the funded. I like the fact that I can YOLO and pass the account, but in the funded, when I need to save and utilize the most of my mental resources, just having those base hits and those in that account, it definitely does take a lot of the edge off. Excuse me. And then being only, I can only use one contract in the funded, so all my bad habits are protected by something that I don't have control of. And that's why I like the my funded future starter accounts on the funded side and on the eval side. I wish there was a lot more accounts like that. If I control the settings, then I'm liable to do anything. I don't want to control the settings. I don't even want to even think about stuff like that. The only thing that was holding me back from those my funded future accounts was that on the days where the Nasdaq would be absolutely crazy, $1,200 ain't gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it on them crazy days on the Nasdaq. But now that I've discovered gold, I think those accounts will probably be a really good fit for me. I did consider the futures trading desk I have. I just don't like the fact that it's very similar to Blue Sky. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. I don't want to trade two phases. I don't. And as I said in a previous stream, I know Top Step is punching the air right now because they changed their whole system to be competitive, and now these new prop firms with their 10 phases is getting business, is taking away from the market share. And so I know Top Step is like, damn, we should have just stayed with our three phases and had our buyers just deal with it. But it's not here nor there no more. Top Step can't ever go back to three phases now. If they did, they would lose a lot of customers. Mm. 57, 53. Come on, Gold. You know you want to drop. Just do the shit. Just do it. That's not necessarily a big. Mm. Okay, yeah, that's good right there. Dang, shit, that's literally right there. You know what? So it looks like China has approved some new U.S. pork and poultry plants to export eligible product on or after June 12th. Damn, I can't seem to get a freaking trade going on gold today. I can't seem to can't get a damn trade on gold today. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, yo, what's up, Cave Trader? Oh shit, I forgot about my the futures. Forgot about that. I mean, I do wanna win an account. Hopefully they do an account giveaway and I'm one of the winners. That'll be nice. But I'm not gonna listen to them. So it looks like they brought back Pine Tree Trader. Mm, okay. So Germa says that you tried to sign up for the My Funded Futures 5K starter. So what is it telling you when you try to log in or when you try to purchase the account? And if you're having trouble, if you go on the site on the bottom right hand corner, there should be a chat box that that you can put in a query or a ticket and ask support what's going on with the account, and they should be able to give you a more clear answer. I gotta go get a haircut. Shave up. What are you using to pay for it? And I know Top Step is doing this. I'm not sure if My Funded Futures is, but I know Top Step is. They have it to where if your name is not on the card, if you're using somebody else's card, it won't allow the payment to go through. I know Top Step does that. Don't know if My Funded Futures is doing that or if that's your situation. I mean, that's usually the best risk to reward because if I just wait for that trade, but then it's like there's sometimes I think I just have to make the best. All right, so this is going to probably be another losing trade. For whatever reason. I'm just not. Huh. Gold is. Hmm. Gold is really being nasty to me today. You say you're in short with NQ? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so I'm only gonna look for like the bigger moves. That's what I'm gonna start looking for. Just the bigger swings. So we I don't know if anybody signed up for the Ninja Trader 8 competition. If you trade Ninja Trader 8, but they have a competition and I'll be using that account next week. I'll be trading that account next week. And I'm definitely going to utilize that account for a lot of test trades. From that, my goal for next week is to have a defined strategy moving forward. That's what I'm gonna utilize that account for. As you can see, I kind of went up in size on gold, trading 27 contracts instead of 18. And then having a bigger runner target. Yeah, I'm gonna probably get stopped out of this one. Man, the market doesn't seem to like me today. Okay. And that's not even a big loss right there. I mean, that's a lot of risk, and that's not even a big loss. That is not even a big loss right there. $900 loss. How many points is that? Mm, I guess I have to go right back to the drawing board. So yeah, like I said, for whatever reason, the market is being very nasty to me today. I don't know why. It's like, okay, I go long, the market goes short, then I say, okay, maybe the market wants to go short, and then it goes long. So what the hell is up with that? All right. Man, I want to have my strategy defined. I want to. And I just want to stick to it. Mm, no, I mean, I could, but I doubt it. You know what? Let me see how that looks. Let me see how that looks. Because that's actually what I'll probably start doing moving forward. I'll see how volatile that is. I'll see how volatile that is. Mm, And just follow the freaking rules, man. That's all you got to do. Okay, so I didn't save. Honestly, I don't remember which one this is. So that's obviously not it. Then it'll be too boring. Uh, mm, I think it's like what 88 or something like that. 88.6. Let's see. Mm. Yeah, these levels are. So I'll keep that. Feel like they're just more distracting than anything. Mm. They're more distracting than anything. 'Cause yeah, it doesn't even. Uh, damn, damn, damn. God damn, dude. Damn. God damn, bro. Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, gold is kicking my ass today, man. I can't even get a decent position on gold today. I was like, dude, I know I'm not in my Apex account, and I just blew that account. Yeah, I can't get nothing in. I can't get nothing today. Well, okay. I mean, I know that. Uh, just have to accept that, though. This thing would have stopped me out. That would be 3 points. That would be 6 points. I guess like when it's like that. Ah, shit. You know what? Mm. You know what? Let me just try it. Well, I mean, if I do that, no, I mean, if I do that, mm, mm, Well, mm, mm. Yeah, gold is kicking my ass today, and I really don't even know why. I feel like I'm not doing anything different than I normally would. Feel like I'm not doing anything different than I normally would. Shit, that was a 20-point drop. Oh yeah, my bad, Santiago. My bad, my bad, my bad. My bad. So you're using the trend line. You see how price just respects that trend line, breaks out. Usually, so with gold, the one thing that I'm learning to understand is that range and trend breakouts are very important. Once you see a breakout, it's hard to short that, because the reason why it's hard to short it is, if you really think about it, you have all these stops in the way. As price is going down, oh, look at that. Not even ready. Anyway, so as price is going down, people are trailing their positions down. People are trailing it. And once the bulls finally break out, that's all they're doing is using everybody's buy stops to push price higher. And instruments like commodities and the ES use this tactic all the time. The Nasdaq does this too. But what I've come to find, or what I've come to discover, is that she does it in a very different way. You can buy into stops on both ES and gold and be very successful. With the Nasdaq, you can sell and buy into stops, but 9 times out of 10 is usually a trap. She uses that habit that traders have, buying and selling into stops, as traps. And that's the one thing that I had to kind of learn the hard way when I switched over to the Nasdaq, is that she will trap aggressive participants. If you get too aggressive with her, she will trap you. And she will move the other way, running the stops for the other side. And then when she's done running those stops, she will usually stop at, at an extreme level of support and resistance. And then the people that were trapped there, and she'll trap them again. And that's how the Nasdaq kind of behaves, is she likes to trap people and then clap them. Gold, she's real gangster with that shit. She's like, well, what I've seen is that she'll give participants plenty of opportunities to kind of get out of a losing trade. And if you don't get out, then she don't look back, and she don't respond to the begging and pleading. She's coming for that stop. And that's why with gold, it's very important to have a tight stop on gold. Very important. Because just imagine, with the Nasdaq, you can kind of have a stop and then hope that it will at least come back. And sometimes the Nasdaq does do that. Gold does not. Gold goes in one direction, and when she's done in that direction, she'll pop and go back in the other direction. You just have to kind of be patient for it. But yeah, so Santiago said that he's out in profit on a Nasdaq here. And this is what, a 15-second on. I think this is a good example of what I was talking about. You see that break right here? It was bearish. It was bearish right here. The bears got aggressive right there at that low. You can see they got aggressive because it began to form this little range right here. So they got aggressive right there, and look how the Nasdaq just uses their stops just to trap them. And then she does the break. That's the type of behavior that the Nasdaq is notorious for. And that's why I try not to get too aggressive the first time. The second time I will, just not the first time. And this is why, at least on the Nasdaq, I don't short retest on the Nasdaq, because those are usually traps too. Those are usually those retest trades are usually traps. This time, the Nasdaq was merciful, and you got that retest trade. But for those that tried to retest that trade right there, yeah, they got super clapped. And the people that tried to retest this right here, they got trapped. And you can tell when market participants are getting stopped out, because we see these stop run candles right here. You can see the market participants getting stopped out, stop run candles. Stop run candles. You know, gold, 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 gold. I'll figure gold out. I think so. I feel that I have a good idea of how gold moves. We're very profitable on gold. It's just for whatever reason. Today has just been one of those tough days for gold for me. Gold has been definitely kicking my ass today. Definitely been kicking my ass. I thought about taking this area short, but then okay. I second guessed this short because I thought that it was going to stop run back into this little range right here. And that's why I had my my limit sitting right here, because I figured that, well, maybe they'll come back. But what I think I'm gonna start doing now with gold is, so I can just kind of save the mental resources. I think if both of these get hit, I'll probably lose $1,200 or $1,500 if this becomes a losing trade. But I can double that if this is a winner. The strategy that I'm building right now with gold is that I'm going to start every position with 27 contracts. So that's basically almost 3 minis. And if price continues to push up higher, I have a scale in, and at 45 ticks is where my stop is going to be. And I think that's only a $1,500 loss, but I can make double that, or at least 2K. At least, well, now that I've added size to this, I should make at least 2 to 3K, even if it just hits that first target. Actually, let me see, because I know it's at least. Actually, no, I'm not gonna ask it. I want to discover it. I want to discover it and see how much money I can make with this strategy. I think if I can get this whole thing, this can potentially be a 4-5K position. One of my goals is, as I stated before, I want to have consistent 10K days. Consistently. You know what? We might have an opportunity right here on ES. We may have an opportunity right here on ES. I'm taking this, man. I'm taking this trade. I'm only have a 5-point stop on ES. If this goes up above that high, then I'm wrong. But I might actually just start. So instead of doing this, I might actually just make this a 30 point position, just already 30 contracts, because I don't necessarily need that. So if I make that 30, I want to take off majority of the contracts on. So I make it 30. Maybe take 18 off on the first one. Maybe have 2 to run. So that leaves me with 10 right here on the second target. And then have the scale in 15 contracts for a scale in, because I'm doing that anyway. And if I have that as a 15, uh, uh, make this 72. I think I'll make that 63. Okay. And so the strategy, this is an 11-point stop. This will be 5 points. So about 1150 right here. Scale in 15 more contracts, and then everything comes off right there. I think this would probably be like a $1,800 loss, I think. Let me see. So if I have my 30 contracts, that'll be a $1,500 loss. So probably like a 2K loss if I'm wrong here. 2K loss. And I should make double. This should be at least a 1 to 2. Mm, all right, so it's crazy how that trailing stopped. Yeah, it does. That's why I know Alfred is a pro at this point, and he's the TPT pusher, but man, with my trading style, I'll basically, if I get past, well, I'll get past the eval. It's just the funded account. The funded side would just be the bane of my existence, because that is just not for me. That trailing drawdown is just not for me. You say you're long NQ, the buyer side curve. You said that you put something in the Discord. Oh, so gold is at the 50 right now? Yeah. Mm. Mm. Orgo? Where have I seen that name before? Gustavo. Okay, so you gotta fill out the Google form. All right, so I guess what I'll start doing is just paying more attention to that. Nice. Fuck. Nice. Thanks, Microsoft. I didn't need you to be helpful in this. I didn't need you to do that. Cool. And shit, this is another good thing about the ES. I'm in 3 minis right now, and I will say that trading the Nasdaq, this drawdown in comparison to what I'm used to with the Nasdaq is absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I can risk so much and lose so little in comparison to what I'm used to losing, even if it comes back and takes out my stop, which is highly unlikely. But well, okay, let me say it this way. If this area is correct, I can honestly reduce my stop. I don't have to take the full loss. But I know myself. I'll probably take the full loss anyway. So I'm just going to take into account that I'll just lose the 2K if because I mean, shit, at this point, if my stop gets hit, I'm super wrong. I'm super wrong if it trades too far and breaks out above this high. I'm wrong. And that's why I say I can kind of just reduce my risk to this. I really don't even have to accept this as a loss if I don't want to. And I think I like that. But hopefully I don't, hopefully I don't mess that up and turn this into something that it doesn't have to be. But obviously today has definitely showcased to me that what I'm going to be doing over the weekend is obviously necessary. Creating a trade policy. Well, this trade. So I mean, honestly, I don't think that these trades would be viable anymore. because I was looking to capture this move down with these limits. And because this move has already happened, uh, because this move has already happened, if I wasn't in the sim, I would cancel these orders, but I'm gonna leave them on. But I would cancel these orders because this is the move I was looking for right here. I just hate the fact that I missed it. If we can get this thing to break above and we can almost pull back, then oh yeah, you can see what happens. Let me just look. So I have my stop at 17. Mm, I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually where the market wants to go to. All right, so I'm in all of these contracts. Okay, so I'm in 45. 45 will be my max position. I'm 2 points above this high. If you don't see a rejection here, then I'm wrong. Hmm. I guess I could just do that if I wanted to, instead of just creating another one. Have the bulk of this position come off right here, the bulk of it, and just have a couple of small runners to add to the profits. Hmm. I guess this could be for the buyers, I guess. Let's see. And if we do that, because it did go past the level that I was looking at, unfortunately for this trade. I mean, but it didn't even do anything. As crazy as that is. It didn't. I mean, even if we go like back from right here, and maybe that's probably the mistake I just made. It probably already made that move. Mm, mm, mm. Man, that doesn't look right. And I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna do that because that's not. I'm not gonna do that, especially if it doesn't, line up with nothing. Okay, well, all right. So that was a $1,600 loss. That's not even bad. That's not even bad. Okay, that was $1,600. I can live with that. I can live with that. Okay. Mm, mm. Went long on the ES. Mm, mm. Maybe I looked at this wrong. Maybe I looked at it wrong. Mm. What a day. What a day. What a day. What a day. Okay. Hmm. 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 Oh wow, did I miss that? Hmm. Post loss clarity, huh? Post loss clarity. Wow. Okay. Huh. I got 5 more minutes in this session. Hmm. I mean, that's what I want to do. That's exactly what I would want to do. Hmm. All right, so this is how I'm gonna trade. 24, 25. Yeah, let's see if that works. I mean, if it does that, then I mean, it probably could. It probably would, honestly. It probably could or would. Probably might come down here to 95, right there where the 200 EMA is. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Uh, sure. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Man. Mm. 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 All right. I'll let this play out for 5 minutes. I'll let this play out for 5 minutes. And then I'll be out of time for the session. This is definitely a rough session for me. It was definitely a rough session. Gold was definitely playing with my feelings all day. But there are some things that I knew that I'm just going to have to just pay attention to next time. So what I want to do now is clean off the charts. I'm gonna leave the trend lines, but what I like to do with the rectangles, I only like to keep them on for a week. I'll let the rectangles stay on for a week, but I don't necessarily care to have them on longer than that. It doesn't mean that these ranges are no longer important, but it's just now my trade policy to just clean my charts at the end of the week and just start all over again. But I will keep the extended lines on until price moves far away from them to the point to where they no longer matter. This is forming a triangle. Okay. But I'll let this play out for 5 minutes. Mm. And I gotta start then I gotta start doing that too. I just have to have like a clear execution on things. Clear execution on things. Yeah, for whatever reason that shit ain't. Maybe it's still using the old one. Yeah, it's probably still using the old one. Then I think what I should start doing is probably putting my stop. I mean, maybe I can kind of get away with it a little bit. Maybe I can get away with it a little bit. Just like having my stop, like probably like a couple of ticks, like maybe a point underneath that, at least on gold. Or maybe I can start doing that with the ES too. Just having the full position like right here instead of having it go against me, just stopping out instead of having it go against me. And then if I still feel confident about the trade, I can just like re-enter it into the trade. I think I'm gonna test that out next week. So moving forward, I'm not gonna probably scale into the ES anymore. What I'm most likely gonna start doing now is just have the full position on at an area, or we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Because the ES prefers. Mhm. We'll see how that works. We'll see how that works. Probably like, so I probably might just have like a 5 or 6 point stop on ES moving forward. I don't necessarily need to lose because I have to really take advantage of the precision of both ES and gold. It stops at levels. I mean, it doesn't overshoot. It may swipe liquidity a couple of points, but it doesn't do that. So what I probably like, yeah, I just have to start to accept that. And uh Cave Trader actually sent me another video. I'm gonna watch both of these videos. And I do think that the whole losers make millions. I'm trying to get on Mohammed's level in a sense that he says that if it doesn't react at his level, he immediately gets out. He doesn't even allow it to go against him. And that's because he's trading heavy size. If I want to become a 200 lot trader, I had to have that same discipline. Or if it goes like a point or two against me, not only do I have to accept that, but I have to get comfortable with it because it's going to probably happen more often than I would like it to. So, mm, like just having my stop like right there, like a 5 or 6 point stop. Shit, honestly, I probably should do something like this. Then that just puts me in that range though. But okay. So you said 614 is a good long entry, 614. You know, I was actually looking at yeah, because the 21 EMAs right there. Mm. I was actually looking, for a move to come back to the bottom of this range, maybe 995. Mm. And I just got to really wait for confirmation. Okay. I'm playing OBS Studios. But all right, yeah, today was definitely one of my worst days. I'm glad that all these trades were taken into sim, and that's probably why. Just had a hard time today in gold. A really hard time. Really hard time in gold today, but I'm not gonna let today discourage me because like I said, I mean, all in all, I lost about $17,000. Uh, I feel like I said, I feel like I would have taken these trades. It just maybe just the market was just not. I don't know. Don't know. I feel like because I mean it broke structure. I tried to sell it. It stops me out because it goes higher. And maybe this was kind of too low. I mean, maybe it was too low. I think no, I shorted. Yeah, I came back and shorted this, thinking that this might have been the. I mean, I came back and I shorted this, and it worked for 2 seconds, and then I got stopped out for the real short, and then it drops. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go over the weekend and see kind of what happened today, because I mean, I understand we had news. The market is trying its best to rebalance. But man, today was tough on gold. I got the move overnight, but I mean, even though I still fought the move overnight, I was still able to be profitable. But what I thought was a clear downtrend, and then the market is still downtrending, I went short and I still lost money. It's crazy. So, but all right, guys, that's going to be it for me. This is the only trade that I have right now. I am betting that the bears are going to pull back from this range. I have a tight stop on this. Next week I will be trading the so if you're familiar with who Bull Barbie is on My Funded Futures, she partnered with NinjaTrader 8 and she's having a trading competition. I've already signed up. Don't know if there's any more room, if all the slots have been filled, but if you trade a NinjaTrader 8 account and you go to the arena, I dropped the link in the chat when I signed up for it, but I think this is it. I think this is it. I think this is the link. I think that's the link right there. Yeah, that's the link right there. Yeah. And you should see her competition at the bottom if you have a NinjaTrader 8 account. So if there's room, I would recommend signing up, kind of practice. But all right, guys, that's it for me. We'll definitely come back on Sunday night, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.